That's live here. This story too. Yo, welcome,
It's live. We live
fine
now.
folks,
Off the rip.
to the Speak Up podcast. It is I, the biggest of homies, Federal Ring. I be smashing your mom on my crutches. B. I got my dog here, Bossy.
What's good, yo?
Yo,
I
Don't
got
worry,
darkness,
what I'm
Moss.
saying? I always come with the facts. What I'm saying?
yo.
No matter how heavy the facts are, I always keep them stacked. Let's go.
And then we got the only nigga who ain't got the balls to be on camera right now, Noir Intellect. This nigga. So check this out. We just shooting this shit. This is off the rip. You know what I'm saying? It's our first time doing it off the rip. You know, we just
But today we got
like a small subject or something, man. You feel me?
just a small topic. We all kind of came across with the. I'm pretty sure everyone is aware by now with the restaurant.
Before we get to it, I gotta tell the story. It's funny as hell. At least I think it's funny as hell. So Thanksgiving, because I've been wanting to say this since Thanksgiving. I already told Mom, I'll tell y'all. So I'm in the drive-thru at McDonald's after I go, smash some food. The car in front of me in the drive-thru, the windows do not roll down on the car. Now we all been there, typical nigga shit. Windows don't roll down. So at the drive-thru, at the order menu, you hop out the car, give his order. You get to the pay window, open the door, pay the money. You get to the front window. To get his food, he gotta wait because his food not ready. This would normally not be a problem because a lot of cars' windows don't roll down. A lot of cars are $90,000 Quattro Party Maseratis, bro. And I'm just sitting here just thinking to myself, I'm thankful as fuck right now, bro, because whatever the hell it costs to get that window to roll back up in the future, probably costs more than every car I fucking own. I feel so sorry for that guy. So bad. Everything that glitters is not gold, people. Count your blessings.
You
don't want to be that guy.
Like the repair, right?
Okay, son. I cringe when I look at some of the repair cost lists. Even when I was working at Lincoln, bro, I cringe at some of the costs for parts for some of the most basic shit. Have you ever seen what it costs to replace a shifter knob in like a 2020 Lincoln Aviator? Oh my God.
And that's just Lincoln.
God. Hey, listen, man, car repairs, I'll be telling folks, man, especially for women. I feel bad for women because mechanics and car repair shops, they think that women don't know cars or don't know
predatory as fuck.
They rip their asses off, bro. And it's crazy because, society puts in females' heads that cars and all that is a man thing. So they don't know anything about it a lot of times. So it's like my sisters, my past girlfriends, all of them didn't know nothing about cars, nothing about getting an oil change. My sister told me one time somebody charged like $200 for an oil change.
Oh man, I'd have split that nigga. Be like, yo, where you at?
200. Honestly, an oil change shouldn't be any more than maybe $70 if you.
Bro, I don't care if you put the oil in a goddamn F-350 dually, bitch. Like it's not gonna be no $200. Like you changing oil on a school bus, like
they be screwing these chicks over, bro. I'll be feeling bad for females because they don't be knowing. You feel me?
Fool, they try us as black people too. Even if you ain't a chick, dog, you go somewhere. When I had to junk my Toyota, I'm so mad at the junk my Toyota. Nigga said he could give me a certain amount of much for it. He came through, said, "Oh, your catalytic converter is aftermarket. I can only give you $100 for the car." I said, respectfully, since I don't know how to say suck my dick in Spanish, you get back in your damn truck. You get the fuck home. Because you're not going to give me $100 for my Camry because my catalytic converter is aftermarket. I know how much it costs. Don't play with me. Tell your boss I want the 5 you promised me, or you can hop your ass back in that truck and get the fuck on. They be trying it, bro. They be fucking trying it.
Anyway, let's get to the subject of the night, man. Let's get to controversial time about True Kitchen. Let's go through the round table, man. What y'all thought of what the man said on his little ranty rant? And we had a lot of our female. I know a lot of women.
All of our females. Don't say a lot of. All of them.
Yeah, well, in our group, yeah, both. They couldn't be with us tonight because unfortunately they're working, but they disagree with us. We know that, but I want to know what y'all think.
First off, let me take it from here. If I have a business, don't disrespect my business. And knowing the type of nigga I am, I ain't even gonna give you a warning, bro. It's like if you stood on my table. First off, we all black. What is one place your feet do not go?
On the
On
table,
places where you can
We
eat,
learned
my
that since
nigga.
we was kids. The table.
You don't do
Put
that.
your
My
feet
mama
You
always
be
told us,
lucky.
"Don't put your foot on my table."
You be lucky if you could get your elbows on the table back in the day, fam, and you are dancing on my shit where people eat. You're dancing there.
no home
Like
training.
I don't know if you're on the rag or nothing like that, my nigga. Like, what if you drunk and you start to like pee on shit? Like, I don't know. And even if that's not the case, you standing with your feet on the table. Marcel, you don't know how much my
Bernie
tables
Corona
cost.
infested
You
feet.
you don't know what the weight capacity is for my table is, bro. Like what if you fall and Sarah takes a tumble on that ass? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm liable for you falling off a table. What you're posing, let's say we remove the music and shit aside. What if you get hurt? I'm liable for that.
Right.
I'm liable for that. Oh, could you picture in the news right now? Woman takes a fall at a established restaurant, blah blah blah, and I'm getting like sued. Why'd you let her dance on table? Like, bruh, you're a liability before the principle of the matter even comes into hand. And so
Right.
you done pretty much hit like the grand slam. You disrespected my business. You put yourself in harm's way. You acted a straight donkey in my shit, and then on top of that, like, what was the purpose? It served no purpose. So
Right.
it's 3 strikes you out already before I even get to you.
Before you even get to the warning.
Before I even get to the warning, you done violated. And if your friends co-sign, you damn right I don't need their money. Because clearly my establishment been here long enough for it to sustain itself. If a few niggas will come in, listen, we all know about loss prevention, which pretty much states the amount of money any particular business can lose in the span of a year or whatever amount of time it is. So you honestly believe that if a couple 10 or even a couple hundred niggas decide not to come back in a year, that I'm finna trip? Hell no. Like, it's a lot of people in Atlanta and a lot more visitors that come to this bitch. I do not care. No regrets. He was in the right. Y'all violated. Get the fuck stepping.
Right. Who want to go next, man? Because I got a lot to say about this subject as well. But I want to hear from y'all first because I go on and on. Go ahead. Let's know what you're talking about.
Really on the cool, all 3 of y'all niggas do, but I'm gonna let y'all make it though. But yeah. So how I feel about it? I heard that like he acts politely. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I heard he acts politely. For them to be quiet first. So if that is true, I feel like they could have respected what he said the first 3 times. I mean, goddamn, if the security came and asked you, hey, look, stop twerking on the table. Take that serious because if it was in a club and they came and told you, hey, stop, you're drinking too much, you gotta get kicked out next. That's what's coming next. So I would say lucky they didn't get kicked out, first of all. And he probably felt like he didn't want to kick his people out,
He let him stay?
His people. So I get why he didn't kick him out.
Honestly, I think he was a bit too nice.
I didn't even know he let him stay.
He let him stay.
He's like, look, I don't need you. He's like, look, stop doing this, or I don't need your money. He didn't even say, look, just leave. Like he basically said, if you continue doing this, then you should leave. But he didn't straight up say, hey, go, like get out of my establishment. Exactly. I think it was too nice in my opinion.
And I think that's because they were black and he made it for his people, So when he said what he said, I felt like he said that because it's like, look, I worked my ass off for this business. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's twerking on a glass table. So let's talk about that. Like, not only is a table fed, but it's a glass table. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
this shit is not cheap.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not cheap. Like, and imagine you put all that money in your business, see somebody just degrading it. Like, it don't matter who it is, whether black, white, whatever. Like, it ain't about the color. It's like, you literally on my table twerking in a restaurant? Like,
that wasn't no small woman neither, bro.
So, yeah, she wasn't a small woman. So,
that ass was hanging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
man. Yeah, man.
Wait, boy.
The weight capacity. She was just testing out the weight capacity.
Let's be real. How many places can you go? Well, this is not Coyote Ugly, man. You can't be dancing on top of shit that people like drink and eat off of, fam. Like, even when you go to most clubs, you still don't see that go down, bro. You just don't.
Now
It's like a thing.
yo.
They tell you to sit down. But
Right.
the noir intellect. What you say about this, Noir?
Honestly, I just say I kind of agree with everything, everything y'all said. I think it was very ignorant, like to want to think to do that in the first place. It doesn't matter what kind of music is played. Like, let's say they were, if they were playing gospel music, that doesn't mean it's time to start running around catching the Holy Ghost in the restaurant. Like,
Facts.
if they were playing, I don't know, some German, some German contemporary music from the 1930s, doesn't mean it's time to start killing Jews. Like, so why, just because it's hip hop music playing, it's time to go going as wilder than you would go even in a club. Like, just start twerking on top of a glass table of this black man's establishment. You don't see this at any other race of man's establishment. You don't see black people acting a fool like that. Like, and then to also receive multiple warnings and then still continue doing that because you just don't respect him. I think it's really just an issue of, like, we don't respect each other's, like, ownership. We're not used to our people owning stuff, so we just don't respect that. And maybe it's also, I feel like it could also be another thing of just not respecting male authority, black male authority especially. But one thing too, I did notice in the comments of that post, I did notice most people in general, women included, most women did actually agree with the man in his rant. Him chastising them. I think he said everything that needed to be said. I just think that what he should have said was he should have just told them to leave after that. Like, after that last warning, just tell them, look, go. I don't need your money. Like, this is my establishment. This is my dream. You gotta go. You're disrespecting it. And
what's your integrity worth? You feel me?
Exactly. So I know a lot of people. Like, I want to address the people that disagree with what he said. The thing is, everyone who's disagreed, they didn't disagree exactly with what he did. They just disagree with the way he said it. I think that, like, if you agree with what he did, the way he said it really isn't as important.
I be hating that shit. Oh, the delivery matters. Really? So the delivery mattered when you was on top of my goddamn table? Imagine if we took the same semantics. Oh, she wasn't that big, or the table wasn't that, in danger. Like, let's say we went with the whole it's levels to this shit concept with what was going on. Was it okay because it was a glass table? Because it was able to hold her up? Like, what are we really doing here at this point? And I want to say this, right? Thank God there were a lot of people that co-signed the man, because we've all, at least one time in our life, been somewhere where someone was doing something that was just messing it up for everybody else that was there. Whether it was a nigga that was acting an ass on the bus, harassing the driver, whether someone being loud on a line, getting belligerent with people, and before the people that even work there say something, we just come out of nowhere as other patrons are going, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Cut the bullshit. Like, if it wasn't going to be him, I promise you, somebody else in that restaurant would have did something, and it would have got a lot uglier.
Yeah, because now it's another
we all been there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, here's what I want to do now at this point, because I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I do agree with everything y'all said. Y'all know I argued this already. I do agree with everything y'all said, but I do want to go ahead and play the devil's advocate, because I don't want this to be a round robin of everybody just agreeing with each other. You feel me? Like, one thing that a criticism that I can't take into consideration of what he did was the music. You know what I mean? Of course, now we all know that. I do agree that just because some type of music is playing doesn't mean it's up to start acting a fool. But we know one thing about this restaurant. It was built for us to. He said himself, he built this as a restaurant for us to express ourselves in our spaces. You feel me? And having fun in that way is how a lot of us do express ourselves, whether we like it or not. A lot of our women do want to have fun that way and express themselves. But if he didn't want that there, maybe he shouldn't have played that music. You feel me? He did say that he learned his lesson now. He's not gonna play that music anymore because now he's
man.
He did say that. Now it's a weak argument. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I agree with you that it's not a very strong argument. I don't believe that just because certain type of music is playing doesn't mean that you don't have self-control anymore. But unfortunately, not everybody thinks the way that we do. You feel me? People think the way that we do is that if this is our space to have our fun and express our way that we have to express ourselves, if I hear Megan Thee Stallion, I'm twerking. because
they're doing stuff they wouldn't even do in their own house though. Like, would they twerk on their own glass table? Would they twerk on their mama's own glass table? Why would you do that as a business, man?
If even children can understand the concept of that, it's a time and a place for everything. When you go to a birthday party for a child and they got a bounce house, I don't care how much fun you can have in that bounce house. What the hell do you have to do before you get in the bounce house? Take off what?
The shoes.
Yeah.
If children can understand that, knowing that it don't matter what's going on, it's a bounce house, I'm gonna go jump in it. Even they know they can practice discipline for something so simple with less danger implied. So that's such a bruh. If we at home in a family reunion and Back That Ass Up comes on, okay, no one's running in the house, and none of your cousins, aunties, whatever's gonna jump on the dining room table where the food at and get busy. It ain't gonna happen.
Not on the table.
But you mean to tell me that because it's an establishment for us, there are plenty of places that are for us, and even that things that we turn into stuff for us, and we still don't do that. The location does not matter. We make any environment our environment and still abide by unwritten rules, bro. You do not put your feet where niggas eat.
So let me just say,
you don't do it.
So it's true. It's
I've been to this restaurant, by the way.
That's facts. I feel that.
I've been to
here's one thing I did want to bring up though, because one thing that I feel that even he agreed with that. He says that his words were a little unfortunate. You feel me? Because he did cuss. He did talk to him in a certain way that people didn't.
Did he call him out their name?
I get it. No, he didn't call him out their name.
He didn't. He just said, get the F out. Yeah,
he just said, I'm getting the F out. So there is at a certain point where at the end of the day, even in customer service, like I get that everybody snaps at a certain point. You feel what I'm saying? And it's his establishment, so he can snap on you if he want. You feel me? But I do agree that maybe he should have been a little bit calmer with his words, but I don't blame him. That's what I say.
You can be calm with my equipment.
A little bit more poised, but I don't blame him for not being poised. I don't blame him at all. Because, like, as I said before, man, you're in this man's establishment. Something that
much money at stake.
You didn't put your money into that. You feel what I'm saying? He put his money into that. And for you to be, possibly being a liability, like y'all already said, to be doing that in front of where people eat, like y'all already said, you won't do that at your mama's house, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's not cool. Yes, you should have been a little bit poised with his words, but I cannot blame him for snapping on you like that.
Like, this is how he may be a little bit wrong, but they're just way, like, you can't even compare who's more wrong in that situation.
Exactly.
Twerking on someone's furniture, they get warned multiple times to stop doing it. They just continue doing it because they don't care about anybody's establishment authority, and they don't care about ownership or whatever. They just don't care. Unruly. Like, if that person is way more wrong than the person who snaps at you for not listening to them
and still let you stay there.
Yeah, and still let you stay.
Yes,
I don't think there's even a comparison.
Okay, wait, but look, the thing about this restaurant is, y'all know I'm a plumber, right? I don't tell y'all this, but like I'm actually contracted to them. I do the jobs for them in Houston, so I know it's black owned, but let me tell you, this is a nice ass restaurant. Like, there's not like these restaurants aren't like how you would imagine a black restaurant to be, to put it that way. It's not like a chicken spot, with a couple of tables in there and shit. Hood people going, no, bro, these areas, these are nice areas. Like, each one in Houston's in a like rich, nice area. Like, these are high class restaurants. These are not like don't think for a second these are like some kind of like
dude. The way I saw the tables looking, the high ceilings and all that white and black around, I knew what time it is from the moment he stepped up, bro. Like,
the moment you step in a restaurant, bro, you know you're in like a 4 or 5 star restaurant. Like, you in a really nice restaurant. Like, I'm talking like, I'll take my girl there, like on some like we fine dining type shit. So like, that's a really nice place. So when you just go in that place, there's no way she could even thought like it's okay to twerk inside this place. Like, I don't know how she even thought that, to be honest. From the ones that I've seen in Houston, I've seen 2 in Houston. So I'm like, and that was in Dallas. So I don't know how she thought she could twerk inside that place.
Fam, I'm gonna say this because I don't even think it speaks to the whole authoritarian thing, whatever. Like, it's just another example of humans not giving a fuck about some shit when it's not theirs. It's like, oh, I don't have to care because it's not mine. I ain't got to clean this up. I ain't got to pay for this. If I fall and bust my ass, I could sue him and whatever. It's like total disrespect on a human level. It's like, bruh, people gotta stop disregarding shit just because it don't belong to them. Oh, like, it's almost like when you go rent a car, bro. Like there's certain shit you don't do in that rental car unless you're prepared to pay the penalty, but because like there's less ways to enforce certain rules upon shit in establishments like, you know, restaurants, you feel like you could get away with shit. Oh, you know, I paid my money here. This ain't my shit. I ain't got to worry about it. It's like, come on, dog. Like there's difference between like people just need to respect people's shit, bro. It's like,
Well, you
dude.
know, I don't believe it wasn't even a respect thing. And this gonna sound kind of crazy. I know y'all gonna be like, damn, Mark. But like, I think she did it because it was black people in there.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, and that's just a sad truth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't see that anywhere
else. She wouldn't have been twerking. I promise.
So I got a question.
Go ahead.
If you mention that with it because black people there, you the only motherfucker on the table dancing.
Yeah.
Just you. You ain't never think like look around, be like, you know what?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Let me just step down.
Exactly. Read the room, bro.
Let me just step down, bro.
Exactly. No, I think she didn't. Like, she didn't read the room. Like, just like how I mean, both of y'all are right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mob saying she don't need it because it was black people there, and Fed is saying like, yo, you can look around and see that this shit's not cool. At the end of the day, she didn't have situational awareness. She just couldn't see the shit was
no
cool.
awareness.
She saw those black folks that was around and thinking that, okay, the shit is cool.
Anything goes.
Anything
goes because we black. You know, black people ain't supposed to judge other black people if you're doing stupid stuff. We ain't supposed to judge. No.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, I know somebody would probably say it in the comments. I know there's a probably comment just like that.
Excuse me a second.
Like it's just the idea.
Excuse me 1 second.
Well,
Yes.
I promise you, what you just said, I'm pretty sure there's like 1,000 comments that was under the post just like that. Why we can't do that?
Like you can't judge other black people for doing obviously like stupid stuff just because they're black. No, something can be objectively stupid regardless of your race.
I'm sorry. If I was sitting in that restaurant and seen her twerking, I'd been like, why is she twerking in here? Like that'd been my only thought. Why is she twerking in here? Like out of all places, she could be twerking at.
Like I said, niggas is only mad. Niggas is only mad at the owner because they could put a face to the person that said something. If one of the, you know, customers were like, yo, I pay good money to eat here. I don't know what the fuck you doing. We would have been like waiting for a War Star moment to pop off. But like, it's only a big deal because the owner said some shit. If another black patron would have been like, yo, come sit your ass down. What are you doing, man? Like, you know, or this is a friend of mine. What are you doing, bro? Like, they only doing this because it's the owner, bro. Like, it seems like you can't, like it's some damned if you do, damned if you don't type shit. It's like, bro, that's not fair.
I have a theory though. Okay,
so I gotta hear this.
So this is what I think. They were playing hip hop. You know what I'm saying, like rap music. So my theory is they probably wasn't playing that music at first. They probably switched to hip hop. That's my theory. And I can imagine the whole crowd probably changed in the restaurant because they went to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it probably was some, you know, R&B, slow shit on everybody just kind of eating, feeling good. They probably hopped on some little baby and it's, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody probably was like, okay, yeah, you know. And she probably just got lit. So, you know, a little bit more than everybody else did.
I want to ask if there was alcohol involved, but I don't even feel like that's a goddamn excuse, bro.
They have a really big bar. Here, let me see if I can show you the one in Houston. The bar is huge, bro. I'm talking. Let me find it really quick. Hold up. I'm gonna let me see if I can. Oh, well, hold on. So that's the bar.
That's a pretty big bar.
That's the bar.
Dang,
so I know
that bar bigger than half the restaurants right here.
This big ass bar.
Bro, I know Applebee's that ain't that goddamn big. Y'all tripping.
Man.
And that's the one in Houston?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Man.
Oh, no, I can only imagine how much it cost to just to do. And there ain't no glass tables in that bar you just showed me.
Not this one.
I know there have been some
hell no.
Where people were saying that like there was he should have just addressed the people, the party that was. Wait, was it just one woman or whatever, or was it multiple?
It was 3 different tables. It was a party of 3 tables, but it was one woman.
Okay, well, they should have basically. People were saying there's been complaints that he should have just addressed the woman and told her to leave, just gave him warnings and told him to leave. But I think that the reason he addressed it to the entire group, he wanted to let everyone know, just in case anybody else was even trying to think about doing that. He wanted to establish that this is not the right establishment. If he just told her to leave, then there could be a possibility more people would start doing it. They wouldn't even know why she had to leave in the first place.
right.
So I think he just made an announcement to everybody. This is not the place to do that. And I think it's good that he did that because it prevents anyone else from doing that. So
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Again.
that was one thing that I was gonna bring up as well. That like in the armed services, when you go to basic training, like the drill sergeant isn't gonna pull you to the side and say, "Hey, recruit, this is what you did wrong." He's gonna go into your face and be like, "Listen, trainee." You know why he does that?
No, that's exactly why they do it. I was learning that in the forces, the reason why they don't do that, and they like let you have it in front of everybody so everyone else can hear
exactly
this, not to do it. It's literally a mental thing right there at that point. Like,
you have to say it 30 times.
Exactly. I mean,
Prevent
there's
everyone
a
else
few other things that people brought up that I want to address as well. For example, there's those two things. One, they bought up a different establishment where it was $50 a plate. It looks like a classy place, and they still allow twerking and partying and all that good stuff.
was it
One
on the
thing I
table?
always tell people is that establishment allows it. He does it. It's two different rules for two different establishments. You just can't expect the same rules for different establishments. One establishment allows it, the other one doesn't. It's not hard. You feel me? If you want to go ahead and twerk, go to that establishment. This dude doesn't allow that there. You feel me? And another thing that people were saying was that, they didn't appreciate how he was telling them, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. He's right. You feel me? Don't go to establishments where they have rules that you don't agree with. If you don't like it, he really don't need your money. You feel me? There are people there who like his rules and they'll give him his money. If you don't like what he's saying, if you don't like his rules, get out. You don't need your money.
Sometimes his delivery got the point that he was trying to get across. Sometimes there's certain ways you have to say things to really drive the point home. Because if you don't like it, you don't have to come here. So people are like, oh yeah, whatever. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Antennas up at that point, bro. I heard you loud and clear.
Yep.
I bet you it won't happen there again. I bet you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually agree with you when it says that it probably happened before, and this is what's the time that he just had to address it. You know what I mean? It was necessary to address it. Another question though, because a lot of people are spreading videos around of for example, there was a video of some patrons there where a girl was basically grinding on a dude's chest, grinding in his face, and all that stuff. And people were saying that, he yelled at them for twerking, but this girl got a whole pussy in somebody's face. You feel me? And they were saying, how come, that's allowable, but not the girls. What I was saying is that, down here in Miami, I don't know about every other city, but down here in Miami, I'm pretty sure the same thing in Dallas and Atlanta and Houston as well. A lot of restaurants double as clubs at night. You feel me? You go there Friday night at 10 o'clock.
I've been to that restaurant before.
Exactly. You feel me? I'm assuming that True Kitchen is probably the same thing. So we can't take, a situation that's happening during the club hours and comparing it to something where it's not club hours. You feel me? It's just not the same thing. Well, what do you guys think?
Well, I'll say this. I started. I feel like when a particular establishment is built for a particular purpose, regardless of how the vibe is in that establishment, it's still meant to serve that particular purpose. No matter how you feel when you step in that place, okay? When you walk into Express Men's Clothing, they'll play anything from Rihanna to Jay-Z to Creed, okay? The worst thing to come out of Tallahassee, by the way. At no point does the purpose of the facility or establishment change because of what vibe you have or what music is being played. I will not get down and get jiggy with it in Express Men's Clothing. I can't, start to tear the club up, in fucking H&M or Abercrombie and Fitch just because they play some music I like. It don't go down. When you walk in the Foot Locker, okay, it ain't nothing but hip hop going on in there. You ain't never seen it go down.
Nope.
Okay, there are places where hip hop music gets played prevalent. It's prevalent there at all times, and it still does not take place. Dude, even if you go to some of the most hood restaurants, the local spots, you will never see that happen. Not at Hunt Brothers Pizza out there in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Was it Mississippi? You won't see it go down at fucking Sunday's Eatery in Miami. It won't get cracking at Finger Licking in North Miami Beach. You feel me?
Right.
Like those things do not go down. And those places are nowhere near as nice as this man's establishment. So I'll be damned if you finna tell me that because some place might have, especially if it does multifunction, like I'll be at, when I go to some battle rap events, some of these places are like nightclubs / strip clubs / restaurants or whatever, and you still do not see this shit take place.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You don't fucking see it. So if they can do that in a spot where you would expect it to happen, why would you do it in a place where you don't? Bruh, Vosi, if I'm lying, I'm fucking flying. My son's a bitch ass nigga. Does Coco's not have a kitchen that serves food right where the strippers like pop pussy at? Am I lying?
Yes.
Do they not serve some of the most delicious Alfredo chicken and pasta there?
Yo, that Alfredo chicken fire. Yo,
But
you ever had it with the
only-
Incredible Hulk?
But
So
only
fire.
the women, even still, you don't see the people eating the food there. Decide to jump on whatever place you could eat and dance with the strippers over there. Even they know better.
Yeah. No, that's
And
true.
that's
There's
a
a
strip
certain spot
club.
where you could eat.
This
There's
is
a
a
certain spot where you could eat. You
legit.
don't eat where the super
Yeah,
dance.
I've never
Alright.
seen. Yeah, I've never seen that.
Well, I've been some. Go to Detroit. They don't give a fuck. Even they have tact not to do that type of shit.
And decorum. Yep.
And you mean to tell me that a place where they literally pay women to do this, naked, no less, can separate the two at any given time?
Mhm.
And this just register in your brain as okay.
Yep.
I don't
So-
want to hear it.
What would y'all say are your takeaways from this whole thing, from that whole situation?
Unless Back That Ass Up is playing in the restaurant, sit your ass down and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
That might be the only song that you might get a pass for that. Because the whole restaurant might get the hell up and get the jig, and at that point you can't stop it. That's one of those songs that when the song come on, boom, doom, boom, doom,
My bad, y'all. My phone was dying.
Yeah.
you might be fucked
That's
up at
money
that
for the
point.
992,000. Things gonna pop.
You might be in trouble because more than one person going to get up, and I guarantee you might get more than one person on the table. But that might be the only exception. I'm being funny, but I'm dead. I'm kind of dead ass serious. That might be the
No,
only.
bro, you right. Listen, if they play Back That Ass Up in Houston's, my nigga, like you know Houston's restaurant, they play that in Houston's or at a Benihana.
It could go down.
That's in Houston's in Florida?
Bro, it's all.
That's in Houston's in Florida?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's in Houston's in Florida. It's in
good.
North Miami Beach. You know where it's at? I'm Fed. It's in Biscayne.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. That might be the. I'm gonna put this out there for anybody watching. Back That Ass Up is the only song where anything goes once it starts.
Yeah,
For black people.
No lie.
and possibly for white people too. It's just
They're
that.
gonna go crazy.
Man, that's
It's
that New
just
Orleans
that.
shit. Stop playing.
It's just that's like one of the few songs where it can go down straight up.
It's too much
Other
of a
than that-
classic, bro. It's too much of a
Other than
classic.
that, sit your ass down somewhere. That's
They
my
throw that-
takeaway.
They throw that butt in New Orleans. That's why. Yeah, they bouncing out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But this is my takeaway from this whole situation. Man. My takeaway from this whole situation is that we've gotten to a point where the philosophy of no judgment, mind your own business, has reached to a point of us of a declining accountability. You feel me?
Facts.
Because the big excuse I kept on I'm hearing from this, it basically go back to the no judgment, don't talk to people a certain way, philosophies like that. Of course, but it's gotten to a point where, especially unfortunately for our black women, it's gotten to a point of them hearing that so much that accountability is now being, sacrificed. At the end of the day, I get that you don't like the way that he said something, but they have to be accountable of who caused the situation. They have to be accountable of the dangerous issue that they put onto this man. He could have had $1 million lawsuit on his hands if this girl busts her ass.
Oh my God.
You feel me?
Yep.
He could. I mean, at the end of the day, man, there's
Glass shards. Probably got some marble floors in there, bro.
Exactly.
Woo.
There has to be accountability. Okay, he talked to you in a way that you didn't like. He cussed at you.
But he low-key saved your life.
Like the way you're being an idiot, though.
Like, at the end of the day, like, exactly, get over that shit, man. Like, your mama told you she was gonna bust her head across your head just last week. Get over that shit, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, we can't
He
just
low-key saved their life. Real shit.
You know what I mean? Like, niggas just can't be being soft, man. Like, I'm tired of accountability in our community. This is not just for women either. This is for the men too. Just like how y'all know, I'm getting a little bit off track, but y'all know how Casanova about to get life in prison because and people were saying, oh, it's because he did an interview on Vlad. Nobody told him to go to Vlad and admit his crimes.
You know what's funny? The stuff he was talking about on Vlad didn't even have anything to do with the things he's being charged for now, bro. Like,
exactly, like accountability, bro. Like,
nobody told him to commit the crime. Nobody told him to snitch on himself.
It's this dumbass that went on Vlad. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Yeah, Vlad is a culture vulture. Yeah, he probably the feds, but your ass wants to go talk to him.
He ain't even got to be the feds. That's the funny part. When you got that.
Exactly.
Bro, like you gotta understand, Casanova has his own podcast and he speaks on so many platforms all the time about what the fuck you be doing. Like, and then your music ain't helping, G. So
it's not help exactly.
Oh, by the way, I want to say this before you go forward. I want you to know that the feds actually had 6 wiretap recordings on this nigga. He's going down. Yeah, so whatever you said around whoever, you need to figure out who it was. They have 6 wiretaps on you. 6. It don't matter who you interview with. 6 wiretaps. 6 different niggas got wiretaps on you. Wiretap recordings. Give up now.
Numbers, bro. He's done.
Give it up.
Yeah, give it up. But like at the end of the day, man, in our community, it's all about accountability.
He was a real one too.
About accountability.
That's crazy.
At the end of the day, man, if you don't like how the way he spoke, get over that shit. You're gonna live. You feel me? She's the one that caused the situation. She's the one that needs to be addressed. Why are you sitting up dancing? I don't care what music is playing. Control yourself. And if somebody snaps on you after telling you 3 different times to get the hell off my equipment, it's on you at that point. You feel me? He should have had more poise. I get it, but you cannot blame that man for snapping.
And I promise you, if he wasn't on the table,
you gonna pay him?
If she wasn't on that table, it wouldn't even have been a big deal.
Right.
Exactly. It's like at the end of the day, like think about it, bro. Like if she tipped over and he had to pay that liability, was you gonna pay him? Because you didn't want him to talk to her the way he talked to her? No, he wasn't.
It cost him a lot more money long term too,
man.
and
like,
probably his business.
Exactly.
Right. Honestly, man, my takeaway from it is everything you and Fed said, man. It's just like basically it's just showing me that whenever a person who happens to be a black man says something where it is directed towards a black woman, it's automatically interpreted as him hating black women, but the thing is, they never address the actual behavior that require him to make a statement. They never address the behavior, or they'll defend the behavior. They'll say, "Oh, like they said, they blame the music or whatever," or they say, he hates black culture, he hates black people, or they like the title of this video, they think he's uppity or whatever. I think it's just the fact that we need to have some kind of standards of behavior, some proper decorum for ourselves, like. We've been raised, right? I mean, most of us been raised, right? We know what to do. Like, if you don't do that at your family's house, why would you do that at a restaurant? Because like that's setting a bad example for kids too.
That's a good rule of thumb.
They might think that's okay. They might start doing stupid stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's just the idea that we have to learn to respect other people's establishments, especially black people, which is the main place where the only place that this would probably happen at. Just learn to respect the man's or any man or woman, respect their business or establishment, and if they tell you to stop doing something, then just stop doing it. That's my takeaway.
Facts. I mean, there's only 3 of these restaurants, right? Muff? Just 3?
I believe so. Let me double check. I think it's one in Austin too. Hold on, let me see. I'll look
now. The point is, this ain't no national damn chain like McDonald's or something, bro. Like, this is something that's being built from the ground up. It's local. It's for our people. And considering the type of establishment it is, these niggas probably had to fight tooth and nail to get prime real estate to even give us something of this caliber and quality for our people. So like you disrespecting all of that when you stand on that table, bro.
What's your takeaway from all this, Moff?
Oh, I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying there was one in Austin. But
yeah,
my
what's your takeaway?
But to wrap up, what's your takeaway?
Yeah. My takeaway from everything probably is just respect anybody's business. Honestly, it don't really matter what race or color they are. Just treat everybody business like you treat your grandma's house. That's how I always say it. I mean, obviously we have to stop promoting righteous behavior. I mean, we just have to stop doing that.
Right, that's a time and place.
That's it.
That's simple.
Well, ladies, more of the story.
I guess that's
if you're gonna bust it down,
in restaurants doing that in general. So it just make us look bad as a whole. Honestly. Yeah, it's a time and place.
Yeah, it kind of makes us look bad as a group. The fact
my main takeaway is really just respect everybody's stuff, man.
I think it's shit doubling.
I think he's lagging a bit. I think Moff is lagging a bit. But
ladies, if you're gonna twerk, stay on the ground.
Like that makes us look bad. The fact that I just can't imagine that other groups of people would be even debating about what that man said. I just can't see that. So the fact that this is even a debate is a bad thing as well. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like what Moff, everybody else said. Respect people establishment. At the end of the day, like you may not like the way that he said it. You may have agreed that he needed more poise. Even he agrees with you that he needed more poise. But you can't blame him for snapping, man. Like this is this man's establishment. It's his money. You're not gonna be paying him if he has to pay a liability. All right, no one's gonna be paying him if he has to do things, man. Just respect people's business. If they tell you to do something, you go ahead and do it. You feel me? And if the next time, this is a learning lesson for him too. The next time this happens, he knows just to go ahead and kick the person out, so he doesn't need to deal with that anymore. But at the end of the day, man, like I can't blame him for snapping. It is what it is, man. That man, he was completely in the right for his emotions. He was completely in the right to say what he said and address the situation that needed to be addressed.
Well, another great show, y'all. This was a little bit longer than our normal off the rips, but we will be back as soon as we can for all y'all listening. Don't forget to follow everybody here. Yeah, I'm saying.
Right.
You can't find me nowhere.
Instagram profile, Speak Up PC. Check out our Facebook page. Speak Up Podcast. Also check out our YouTube channel, Speak Up Podcast. Subscribe and follow all of those different channels that we have, and check out this video. So, and check out also our other content, and let us know what you think. So, thank you. I hope you made it to this point to be able to enjoy this whole discussion, and have a good night.
All right.
Factuals, y'all. We out.
All right. Peace.